Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Crew Travel right here on Yachting International Radio. My name is Rhea. I am your host, and I'm very pleased to welcome back Lee Harris from ATPI Travel. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Yep.
What is going on in the world of travel?
Yes, yeah.
Reducing compensation for delayed flights. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, EU transport ministers have agreed revised rules on air passenger rights when flights are delayed or cancelled, which will cut the compensation due for delay and increase the length of delay before compensation applies. Now, the proposed changes are likely to draw criticism from claims companies and consumer groups, but have also displeased airlines. Now, the ministers agreed a raft of changes to EU Regulation 261 on air passenger rights at a meeting on June the 5th, most crucially to increase the period of delay before passengers are entitled to compensation on flights under 3,500 kilometres, that's the short and medium haul, from 3 hours to 4. They also agreed to increase the period of delay before compensation rules apply on flights over 3,500 kilometres from 4 hours to 6 or more. Now, the ministers proposed to reduce to the current amounts of compensation due to delays from €400 to €300 for flights up to 3,500 kilometres and from €600 to €500 for longer flights. Airlines can only deny compensation due to extraordinary and unavoidable circumstances if they make every effort to mitigate the delay or cancellation.
It's insane. You're seeing across the face of the planet, consumer protection is gradually being stripped away. And it sort of seems to be in line with the whole concept of the fact that our middle class is disappearing and the wealth gap is getting bigger. Moving on to Faro Airport. What's going on there?
Yeah, UK travellers will be able to use eGates at Faro Airport from this summer, Portuguese authorities have revealed. During the UK-EU summit last month, it was confirmed that there would be no legal barriers to UK travellers using eGates in the EU when the entry-exit system is introduced from October. The agreements allow the use of eGates at Faro this summer, which was welcomed by the UK government, which is calling for more countries to follow suit. Millions of UK travellers pass through Faro Airport as a gateway to the Algarve, but long queues often build up at passport control as British travellers have to wait at the moment to have their passports stamped.
And Air India has some news.
They do, yeah. Good news for Indian crew this week, actually, as Air India announced that they have expanded its self-check-in and baggage drop service to cover flights from India to a total of 19 international airports. Now, passengers en route to the EU, UK, and Canada can now avail of self-check-in and baggage drop. The carrier had already offered the service on flights to the US and Australia, as well as routes within its domestic network. Now, it allows customers to print boarding passes and baggage tags and drop off their bags without the need to queue up at check-in counters. Now, the kiosks also allow travellers to pay for preferred seats and to update their frequent flyer number. Now, the expansion of the service means it's now available on flights from India to Birmingham, Gatwick and Heathrow in the UK, as well as routes to Chicago, New York, JFK, Newark, San Francisco and Washington in the US, and elsewhere to Amsterdam, Copenhagen, Frankfurt, Melbourne, Milan, Paris, Sydney, Toronto, Vancouver, Vienna, and Zurich. Finnair is preparing for more disruptions this month as union-led strikes are set to impact ground operations at Helsinki Airport. Now, the Finnish Aviation Union has announced strike action for June the 17th and 19th, with each involving a separate shift window. Now, as a result, the airline is offering passengers travelling on those days an option to reschedule their flight at no extra cost. Now, the airline have confirmed that the effects on both dates are expected to be severe. A large number of cancellations are expected once final staffing details are confirmed. Now, the airline have confirmed it will begin cancelling flights 2 days before departure, once it have a clearer view of the staffing levels. Now, affected passengers will be contacted directly via SMS or email and offered new routing options through the managed booking or the airline's mobile app. Passengers will be able to reschedule their flights to an earlier date or postpone until the end of August. Those who chose not to travel can cancel their booking and request a refund for the unused portion of their ticket.
United Airlines has some news.
United Airlines and Spotify have launched what they are calling a first-of-its-kind collaboration for customers traveling on more than 680 of the carrier's aircraft. Passengers can now access selected Spotify video and audio podcasts, audiobooks, and playlists via their seatback screen. United said it was the first time that Spotify's audiobooks and video podcasts had been made available on board an airline. Now, from next year, customers will be able to use their personal device to log into the Spotify app on the airline screen, enabling them to access personalized content. Now, as part of the partnership, the audio section on the carrier's menu has been replaced with Spotify. And in the coming months, a majority of aircraft will receive a dedicated Spotify featured channel where all Spotify content will be housed together for quick and easy enjoyment.
That means Yachting International Radio is going to be in the air.
Indeed, people can listen to us as they're flying.
Lee, I want to say thank you. We have missed you for the last couple of weeks, and hopefully we don't see another 2-week streak without our crew channel.
Hopefully not, no. Fingers crossed we'll be here next week.
Brilliant. And if anybody has any questions or needs to book any travel, of course, we'll provide all of Lee's information below this interview when it airs. Thanks, Lee.
No, thank you. Always a pleasure, Rhea.
I know. You've been watching another edition of Crew Travel right here on Yachting International Radio. My name is Rhea. I have been your host, and on behalf of Lee and I, we'll see you again next time.